Okay, no long intro. I'll just keep it short. This is going to be the best course you are ever going to watch. I don't need to say anymore. Let's just get right into it. This is the free Copy Growth Partner course. This is the new business model that I have been teaching and training people on that has been absolutely cooking, and I'm going to show you exactly why it works. So this is literally everything you need to know about making money with the newest and most effective version of the copywriting business model. So I'm just going to let the results speak for themselves. For example, somebody got hired for $4K per month plus 15% commissions. So that's going to be $5-6K per month deal with one client. Another guy was making $10K per month at 19 years old. Here's his message right here on the left. Also, another one of my students, and also this is in the last couple of weeks, month top. Another one, 10K per month USD. Another one again, he actually 4x'd his salary. As you can see, he made in the last 4 weeks, 13,000 Australian. So pretty insane. Another guy quit his 9 to 5 and hit his goal on time. So his goal was to quit his 9 to 5 by April came, quit his job, just like that. It's almost like he spoke it into existence. Another guy, literally, I taught him how to do what I'm about to show you. And 8 days later, he went from zero, no money with copywriting, with Copy Growth Partner, to 3.6K a month. That's enough for me to not only quit my job, but make almost twice as much money when I had 3 jobs. On top of that, another student had a $450 trial with a client and is now making over $5,000 per month with one client. Another student potentially gonna make over $8,000 per month with this client here. Another one of my students made over 25K in total. And then not to mention all of these success stories that are already right here on this channel. I've been preaching this business model ever since I really started YouTube, but now I've changed it up even more and I'm giving it its own name because now it's so far removed from traditional copywriting that it's just not the same. So as you can see, 10K per month, 13K per month, 12K per month, $18,000 per month. I even had people making $30,000 per month with this. All of their case studies and testimonials and interviews are all on this channel right now. So what is it? Why is it different? And what are we even going to be covering today? Well, we'll be talking about why Copy Growth Partner in the first place. What's the difference? Why even, spend your time on it? On top of that, we're also going to be learning in depth all of these. So I'm going to literally give you everything, show you everything, how to learn every single step of the process. No paywall, no gatekeeping. You literally just get absolutely everything. Why? Because Tyson 4D is synonymous with free value. I'm the king of free value, and I'm going to keep it that way. Step 1 would be copywriting. This is the foundational skill to everything. Copywriting is still a skill that you're going to need forever. It's marketing and sales are the two only real skills in business. And arguably, you could even call them the same thing. Sales is just selling to people one-to-one. Marketing is just selling to people one-to-many. So as long as you understand consumer psychology, which is all copywriting even is in the first place, you can do anything. You can do whatever you want. On top of that, email marketing. So building automations that essentially print cash on autopilot. We're gonna go over that. On top of that is funnel creation. So customer journey architecture. You get to pick what the customer journey looks like so that you can convert as much traffic as possible. More on that in a second. AI outsourcing, basically like having a slave, except the slave is a genius. That's what AI outsourcing is like. On top of that is problem solving. So being able to get hired by any business for anything. And then finally is getting clients using offers because nobody wants you to write their emails, little bro. You're not out here trying to be this email guy just like everybody else. Again, that's ran through. You don't want that. Everybody does that. It doesn't work anymore. If you're still doing that, you're behind the times. You're doing traditional copywriting. Instead, you want to focus on the Copy Growth Partner method, which I'm going to unveil right here. So starting off, why Copy Growth Partner in the first place? Well, I'll explain it in a very short tweet. Copy Growth Partner is better than just a copywriter because you don't just write words. You understand email marketing, funnel building, landing page design, and also marketing strategy, which makes you irreplaceable. If you're just a dude who writes some words, let's be honest, any dude can just come on here and write some words. Yes, it might be easier if you were just a guy who wrote some words who was able to make some money, but at the end of the day, if you really want to be valuable to businesses, you need to be irreplaceable. And what makes you irreplaceable is actually being great at your skill of marketing. So with Copy Growth Partner, you start as a copywriter, which is probably the best part because it is still really easy, really simple, really quick to start making money with copywriting. And then to scale, all you have to do is acquire these other high income skills and you will just make as much money as you want. So what's the main difference? A copywriter offers writing copy. Hey man, will you hire me? I'm a copywriter. Do you need a copywriter right now? Hey man, I'm a copywriter. Can you figure out how you can use me and how I can make your business money? Copy Growth Partner, on the other hand, offers results/ROI. Offers results/ROI. Doesn't necessarily promise anything like, hey man, I guarantee you I can get you $10,000 in the next week. Nothing crazy like that. It's more of with my services, we're going to figure out, I saw you're running a webinar right now. We're going to figure out how to get as much traffic into this webinar as possible, keep people until the end of that webinar when you drop your offer, and then we're going to convert as much as possible. And I want to be personally responsible for adding tens of thousands of dollars to your bottom line from this promo cycle. When you say it in a way like that, tell me that offer doesn't sound much better than, hey man, I can write your emails. And the difference is you're focusing on the ROI, you're focusing on the offer, you're focusing on the outcome. And this makes you no longer an expense like a copywriter. This makes you an investment. And business owners are willing to invest any amount of money at all. I've worked with clients who literally have a $100,000 offer, real estate clients. And yeah, you pay me $100,000. I will personally train you for the whole year on how to do X, Y, Z, whatever it is. Next, as a copywriter, you get good at writing copy in a Google Doc. That's basically it. As a copy growth partner, you're competent at copywriting and your secondary skills on top of that. Copywriter follows orders. But a copy growth partner is a critical thinker. Critical thinkers are always going to make so much more money than just copywriters. So think of it like this. Right? I drew a very simple diagram here for you. Yes, I know I could have been an artist, but maybe in the next life. A copywriter is like you going to a job site and being like, hey man, I can build this whole house for you. I have a hammer. But the problem is this. All you have is a hammer. I already have a hammer. I don't need a hammer right now. So there's no reason. So now you are only offering your services to a very, very, very small portion of the market who's literally thinking, yeah, man, I really need a copywriter, which is like 1.38% of businesses. Whereas as a copy growth partner, you have a whole tool shed. You have every single tool you can need. You have nail guns, you have skill saws, you have hammers, you have sledgehammers, you have chainsaws. Those are all the tools I can think of off the top of my head, but you have everything. So if you have everything, now it doesn't come a question of, do I need a hammer? It comes a question of, I know that I need someone else on the tools. I'm a construction business owner in this example. So I know that I need somebody. Now I just need to know if this is the guy for me. And that is where you want to position yourself. You know, I could go deeper. We're just going to stick to the slides because I could just keep going. So step number one is learning copywriting. Now, I'm not going to reteach all the things I've already taught you in the best possible way. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the videos that you can actually watch. I'll also link them down below in the description on how you can learn these things. So for example, I have the free 1 hour email copywriting course. Very simple, 1 hour. I mean, you could do it on your freaking lunch break and just watch it. Watch it like 1.2 speed or 1.5 speed and get done in less time, 45 minutes. Or you can watch the 8 hour copywriting course. Watch it like on a Saturday on your day off or something. Boom, 8 hours. Now you understand copywriting. And in the 8 hour copywriting course, I actually go over everything. I go over funnel building, email marketing. So everything all encompassing. Now, just as some foreshadowing, I do have a 16-hour course coming out that I'm working on right now. It's going to take a little while, but make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. So if you want to learn copywriting, those are the two places you want to go to. Now, the truth about copywriting is this. Once you're competent, which happens way faster than you're going to realize, clients can't tell the difference between good copy and great copy. People are out here saying, well, bro, I need to be a 10 out of 10 copywriter before I can even get my first client. When the opposite is true. You should suck at copywriting when you get your first client so that when you work for them, you get better, because that's the best way to get better. All of the people who I just showed you who are making 10K per month, 18K per month, 12K per month, they all started by getting a client in as soon as possible. And then they worry about their skill while they're working for that client. Clients also can't tell the difference between good copy and great copy, nor do they really care. The difference between good copy and great copy is not going to be tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars of a difference in most cases for most businesses. Instead, do you want to know what the real results are going to come from mostly? Is your marketing skills. You want to get decent and then quickly learn more skills to support your copywriting. It's kind of like this. If you're playing basketball and you're like a 90% dribbler, you're a 9 out of 10, you can dribble through your legs, you can cross people over. Your shooting is 0, your layups are 0, your defense is 0. How good of a player really are you? You're dookie, you're dookie balls. Where on the other hand, if you were just decent to good, maybe a 5 to a 7 at all of those stats, you'd be way better. And that's what you want to focus on as a copywriter. And you know what? If you do it for long enough, you're going to become a 10 out of 10 copywriter anyways as you go. The full tutorial on copywriting is literally right here. This is the $3,000 email copywriting tutorial. It is free, but definitely worth $3,000. As you can see, I give you everything, where to find clients to outreach to, and where to find clients to write for, how to write for them, what structures to use, literally everything you could possibly want. You could literally have links where you can just watch me write emails. I'll write 3 emails right in front of you, et cetera, et cetera. So guys, writing copy is probably the simplest thing to do in 2025, especially since you have the Tyson 4D channel. I didn't have the Tyson 4D channel, so it was a little bit different, but you have everything you need. Videos, tools, resources. I basically wrote all of the emails for you. So it's as simple as this. You pick a niche plus a template. You synthesize, as in you take all the other people's copy that you're writing for. You also use some AI. You submit it for review in the free community. So I have a free school community and a free Discord community that you can go. You can send in your emails, ask them if they're trash or not. They'll probably say they're trash. They'll tell you how to fix them. You fix them, and now you have a bunch of really good emails. You take these good emails that you made, you send them over to businesses, and then they'll hire you because your emails are good. And then once you get hired as a copywriter, you get to start diversifying your skill set, and then you can scale. So being a copywriter is really, at the end of the day, as easy as this. You can get really decent, again, in like a couple of weeks or a month. I've seen it happen so many times before. You just take other people's copy, you synthesize it into your own copy, you make it good, you move on with your day. It's so simple. And then you move on to step 2, which is email marketing. Now I have a free 1-hour email marketing course. This is not an email copywriting course. This is an email marketing course where I literally go in and I show you step by step me building an email automation from scratch. So exactly what it looks like. So another thing you need to know about email marketing is that you don't practice email marketing, you just do it. Like people ask me, well, Tyson, do I have to buy active campaigns so I can go in there and play around with it? You don't need to do it. It is extremely simple, but businesses ain't gonna do it. It's a really, really, really easy skill to learn. It's like this. You don't learn high income skills. Instead, you start with high income micro skills. And that's what this is, a high income micro skill. Trying to learn marketing is like trying to learn 5 languages at once. However, you master a single piece of marketing, like copywriting and then email marketing, and you can learn while you earn. Then you stack your skills over time. That's the thesis. That's been the thesis on this channel for such a long time. So if you don't know what an email automation or email sequence looks like, it's really simple. Here's how it goes. On day 1, let's say they download a free resource. They give you or the business you're working for their email address. Then you set up an automation so that automatically, as the name suggests, they get an email saying, welcome, here's your resource, et cetera, et cetera. Day 3, they get another email. That's value email. Day 5, they get a soft sell email. And then day 8, they get a hard sell email. And now you are sending out emails automatically and they're making money because they have links to the business's product. So if businesses don't already have this implemented, first of all, they need to. And a lot of people actually don't, and they neglect their email list for a long time. But if they do, you can also even just come into their business and make it even better. But again, I have a whole 1-hour course on that, so I'm not gonna reiterate everything right here. Just for some more supporting evidence, I have a book called Sell Like Crazy. This is a page out of the book. As you can see, email marketing is the highest ROI per $1 ad spend out of everything, by far, actually by twice. Then it's SEO, internet ads, keyword ads. You get on average $44 for every $1 you put in to email marketing as a business. On top of that, another page out of that book, as you can see, he wrote an email in 30 minutes. That's already made him $467,000. Now, since that's a high performing email, what you can do as an email copywriter is once you create a really high performing email, you can pick where it goes in the automation. So another part of automation is that when you are putting people and leads through the automation, you can collect data. And with that data, you can optimize and you can make it even better. There's so many ways, there's so many plays that you can just make money with. Next is step 3, which is funnel creation. So again, free 45-minute sales funnels course right there. I'm not gonna reiterate everything I said in that video, but it's, again, right there. Here's a real world example. Right, me talking to one of my students. This is the guy who said that he is gonna be working with a client that has potential of turning into an 8K per month client. So here's what it looked like. This guy is giving me an intense interview, looking good so far. He's talking about a 20% ad CTR like it's a slow Tuesday. I thought 5% was the standard. So the reason why I even have this as an example is this. If you are listening to this as a copywriter and you have no idea what CTR on an ad is and what is standard and what 20% and how crazy that is, like, you have to understand overall marketing. And see, he wouldn't understand that and get that if he hadn't already had clients. He's already had so many clients, worked with so many people, done so many things that now he understands the whole landscape of marketing. And that is the true goal. That's the true goal because, again, copywriters kind of come into this thinking that they're just gonna, all I gotta do is write some words, bro, and I'm just make whatever, 20K per month. Well, there's a little bit more to it than that. And also, as well, you don't even want that to be the case. You don't want to just be making 20K per month just writing words into a Google Doc, because the problem is any other bozo could come over and do the exact same thing except undercut you, for example. So when you are actually really good at all of marketing, now you essentially build a moat around your skill and your clients to where they don't want to work with anybody else because they know you know your stuff. Here's an example of what a funnel might look like. So the business puts out content. They tell people to get on their email list. Then they actually have a sales page, right, to show you what their product is. Then people purchase, and then people upsell as well. And all these red arrows are essentially action by copy. So the content that they put out, that's basically copy. The emails are obviously copy. The sales page is copy. Once people buy, they get more emails, which is copy, and then they upsell. Reason why that is important is because copy works as the conduit between different parts of people's funnel. So if you understand the whole funnel, now you can specifically engineer it so that the marketing message is the same throughout, and you can actually get some stellar, insane results. You can basically single-handedly scale your clients and their income. And next is step 3.5, AI outsourcing. Maybe I was a little unhinged when I said you can make it your slave. That's basically a genius, but that's basically what it is. So right here, I have a free 48-minute free AI course on how you can write copy with AI, with ChatGPT. I give you all the prompts, et cetera, et cetera. Now, you can watch all of these videos and, like I said, get access to the communities, et cetera, down below in the free copy starter kit. That's down there. You can go click the link, get signed up for that, and then you can get access to everything and more. So right here are some examples of me outsourcing to AI. And the reason why I put this in there is super important, because AI is not just for writing copy. You need to use AI when you come across basically any problem in business. So for example, I'm trying to send a wire transfer from my personal bank account. The option doesn't show up like it does for my business account. What should I do? I just go to it and ask. Now, yes, I could Google this question and it will take me to a help page and then I'll have to sift through it. Whereas I just keep asking chat and updating it on my scenario and it will actually tell me what to do. And I figured it out. Long story short, I wasn't able to send a wire transfer from my personal bank account, but I figured it out, and I got to skip over a bunch of trial and error and frustration just because I used ChatGPT. I'm trying to verify my YouTube channel so I can upload a 30-minute video, but I go to verify it, and it says my phone number is already verified. What should I do? ChatGPT was like, bro, try it on Safari instead of Google Chrome, and it actually worked. I would have basically never thought of that. I would have been frustrated. I would have been trying to do it over and over again, Googling, looking at some old Reddit post about somebody with the same product, but no. ChatGPT just gave me the answer. And the reason why this is important for you is because when you are doing these things like email marketing in a software and you're stuck and you don't know what to do, not only can you just use the service support on those websites as well, which is really good, but you can also just use ChatGPT to get it done as quick as possible, get a quick diagnostic, some troubleshooting. I literally use it, as you can see, like all the time. This is when I was trying to set up something for my website. I just said, what should I input it here? And I actually gave it a screenshot. Another thing, if you didn't know you could use ChatGPT for this, you can actually just give it screenshots, give it pictures, and it will be able to tell you what to do. In short, you plus AI equals cash. There's not really much else to say there. So step 4 is problem solving. Now, this is important because you need to understand how to be a problem solver, how to find businesses' problems from the outside and make an offer around that problem. Now, the video for this is going to be the copywriting playbook of 2025 that I just uploaded not too long ago. And this is what it looks like on the inside. As you can see, I have a huge Miro vision board on how this should look. So sell what people want, not what you think they need, or what you're good at. I'll give you an example. You go to the dealership and you say, hey man, I want a Jeep. And they say, well, bro, you don't really need a Jeep. You think you're gonna be doing this off-roading. You think you're gonna need it for the winter and you're gonna need that all-wheel drive, but nah, dude. Instead, you should just get this Kia. That's probably gonna annoy a lot of people because that's not what you came here for. And the same goes with your copywriting / copy growth partner. When people, I've seen this before, an actual sales call where she was like, yeah, I need somebody to like write my reels and write my content because I don't know what will get views and get traffic. And he goes, well, I'll tell you what, I can write your emails. And here's the thing. Here's another example, actually. I was speaking to one of my students on the call and they said, Tyson, when I spoke to this guy, he didn't seem to care that his emails were landing in the promo tab. How do I make him care? You don't. Because here's the thing. You're trying to convince him, one, why he should care about going into promo tab, which is probably not going to happen anyways. And two, that you're the right person to get him out of promo tab and magically fix his business. Whereas instead, if you already know what he wants, you try to sell him on what he wants. Now, all you have to do is make the sell on why you are the person, and you don't have to try to make somebody want something that they just don't want. That's how you use offers instead of just trying to sell a service. Because selling a service doesn't really work. Again, it's that whole, I'm a copywriter, will you hire me? Not going to get anything. So step 5 is getting clients using offers. So for that, I recommend the How to Get Your First Copywriting Client in 5 Days free challenge. This is a challenge, AKA it's not meant to be easy. It's meant to actually get you results. It's 2 hours long. You do all the actions I show you here in this video and you will get clients, no questions asked. There's not really too much else to it. And I want to spend a second on the credibility threshold because this is also important. Look, 95% of people fail because they misunderstand the credibility threshold. Pre-threshold is where you're begging for clients. Post-threshold is where you're selecting clients. All this boils down to is you need to absolutely ruthlessly gather testimonials, case studies, and social proof that you are the man, that you are different from anybody else. That is the one thing. Look, there's a lot of people out there that are like, Tyson, how do I make money? And I want to do this without showing my face. Look, bro, it's 2025. It's 2025. You are demolishing your chances of making money if you're like scared to show your face. You want to build your personal brand. I show you how to do this. Build your personal brand on Instagram. I have a video on that too. I actually didn't put it on this slide. But once you build your personal brand and you know how to showcase your own results, now that is the one thing that is going to separate you from everybody else. That's why some of these dudes are making 10K per month plus, is because they already work with big clients before in the past. They've already gotten huge amounts of testimonials and case studies from big names before in the past. And they've gotten just huge results. And they're also very skilled. And they also go to business events. And they also look super cool on their Instagram. And they also show their personality. And all of these things amalgamate to you being the most hireable, more than everybody else. Because yes, no matter what you do in business, there will be quote unquote competition. So there's only one way to actually defeat them, and that's by being better. So focus on that. Your first 1,000 hours aren't even about making money in the first place. They're about making your case. Now, full disclosure, I just showed you guys people making like 3,000 whatever in 8 days, and it does happen. It might happen for you, but chase the experience first. Sprint to social proof before sprinting to sales. That is the bottom line. So if you want 3K per month clients, stop selling copy and start selling ROI. Full service is way better than just copy, and it always will be. It always has been. I've been preaching this again since day one. That's been the main thesis on this video. Clients don't care about your writing process, your research methods, or your creative genius. They care about money in versus money out. Make the math work. Get paid what you want. That's basically it. That's the bottom line. Go out there, make some damn money, man. Peace.